The Democratic Republic of Congo bears deep scars from its colonial past. The Berlin Conference of 1884 to 1885, orchestrated by European powers, sliced Africa into artificial colonies. This disregard for existing ethnic and social structures created a legacy of instability in the DRC. Belgium's brutal rule further exacerbated these divisions. King Leopold II treated the Congo as his personal domain, extracting immense wealth in rubber and ivory. Forced labor, torture, and mutilation were common practices. This reign of terror left an indelible mark on the Congolese psyche. The Belgians implemented a divide-and-rule strategy, favoring certain ethnic groups over others. This created resentment and mistrust that continue to fester today. Independence in 1960 did little to heal these wounds. The newly formed government inherited a fractured nation ill-prepared for self-rule. The DRC's vast mineral wealth, instead of being a blessing, became a curse. Foreign powers and local elites have long exploited these resources, fueling corruption and conflict. The seeds of violence were sown during colonialism and continue to plague the DRC today. The DRC's post-colonial history is a tragic tale of instability and violence. Coups, rebellions, and civil wars have ravaged the country. Ethnic tensions, manipulated and exploited by those in power, have deepened divisions. The eastern provinces, rich in minerals, have become a battleground for armed groups. The First and Second Congo Wars, engulfing the country from 1996 to 2003, drew in neighboring countries. Rwanda, Uganda, and Burundi backed various rebel factions seeking to control resources and influence. Millions died from violence, disease, and starvation. The situation remains volatile. Dozens of armed groups operate in the east, vying for control of mines, land, and trade routes. Civilians bear the brunt of this violence. Displacement, sexual violence, and human rights abuses are rampant. The Congolese army, often poorly paid and undisciplined, has also been implicated in atrocities. The conflict in the DRC is not a simple two-sided affair. It's a complex web of interconnected conflicts with local, regional, and international dimensions. Armed groups often engage in illicit activities, such as mineral smuggling and poaching, to finance their operations. This lawlessness has devastating consequences for communities. Fear and insecurity are pervasive. Schools and hospitals are often targeted, depriving people of essential services. Children are particularly vulnerable, often recruited as soldiers or subjected to horrific abuse. The Congolese government, weakened by corruption and instability, has struggled to assert control. Efforts to disarm militias have had limited success. Neighboring countries continue to play a destabilizing role, supporting armed groups to further their own interests. Beyond military solutions, military intervention alone cannot bring peace to the DRC. While necessary to protect civilians and deter violence, a lasting solution requires addressing the root causes of the conflict. This includes tackling poverty, inequality, and the lack of opportunity that drives young people to join armed groups. International actors must move beyond short-term solutions and invest in long-term development. This means supporting education, healthcare, and economic opportunities, particularly in marginalized communities. Strengthening governance and promoting the rule of law are also crucial. Justice and accountability are essential for reconciliation. Perpetrators of human rights abuses must be held accountable for their actions. Victims deserve justice and support. A truth and reconciliation process could help heal the wounds of the past and build a more inclusive society. The DRC needs an African-led solution to its long-standing crisis. Regional organizations, such as the African Union and the Southern African Development Community, have a critical role to play in mediating dialogue, promoting peace, and holding actors accountable. The international community must support these efforts, providing financial and technical assistance. However, it's crucial to ensure that solutions are driven by the needs and aspirations of the Congolese people themselves. Their voices must be heard. The journey towards peace will be long and arduous, but by addressing the root causes of the conflict, investing in development, and supporting African-led solutions, we can help the DRC break free from its cycle of violence and build a more hopeful future for its people.